Everybody knows the story of Miss Bertha Butterswagon here. She's the cute little green car that appears for just a few quick seconds in the first Cars movie when the Life is a Highway song is playing, where we can see her very weirded out by a strange truck by the name of Mack as he is making some funny faces into his reflection from a tanker truck who was right in front of him. Everything was looking good for Bertha. 4 years after the first Cars movie's release, Mattel was like, yeah, you know what, we're going to do this car as a die-cast in the 2010 Final Lap series. But then everything changed for Miss Bertha Butterswagon when a little film called Cars 2 decided it was going to be released the following year in 2011. That shifted Mattel to completely focus on production of the Cars 2 die-cast, and in doing so, they just completely not really forgot, but canceled a ton of Cars 1 diecasts that they had planned for the remainder of the 2010 Final Lap series. And unfortunately, Bertha was one of those diecasts. She got canceled in 2010, and it took her a whopping 12 years to finally get a release by Mattel. And you know what? I think she was worth the wait. Here, we finally have Bertha Butterswagon as a 155 scale diecast because Mattel decided to do her in 2022, and ironically, they somehow forgot to put the new for 2022 badge on the back of her card somehow. I mean, you wait that long, you want to be new when you're actually new, and then Mattel doesn't even let you really be new, even though she is new, but it's just kind of funny because we waited so long, they finally do her, and then they don't put the new badge on her. I don't get it, but whatever. Welcome on back to the Cars Garage, everyone. Bertha Butterswagon really did kind of just get swept under the rug in 2022 when Mattel did her finally as a diecast. I mean, I wouldn't say swept under the rug, but I just feel like nobody really talks about her anymore. And to me, when she came out, I was like, what in the world? They finally did her. Her and Benny Caliper, I always thought were cars that Mattel will just never do. They're too basic, even though, they were canceled a long time ago. I just don't see them ever doing them. And, well, Benny, we're still waiting on him, the little white car that looks kind of similar to Bertha. But Bertha, she got her release in 2022, and it was absolutely awesome. I'm so happy that she's finally here, and I got her from Mr. Docket, actually, probably about a year ago now. I just been waiting to open her. I don't know what's taking me so long. I just decided today was going to be the day I open her because I'm just feeling very nostalgic for Cars 1 right now, and I've always wanted Bertha opened. So you know what? She's not even on great cards. So I'm just going to finally bust her open today. She was new in 2022 Singles Case J, along with a couple other new cars that were all just like very random background characters. Great case because we had a new background character from Cars 1, 2, and 3. And this is like right before Cars on the Road diecast started coming out. And the other two were one from Cars 2, Revney Grelante, little white taxi cab who I reviewed not too long ago, and then Dana Crankoff, who I still haven't opened because I only have her on international card, and I really don't want to open that one. She's really cool though. She's just a little blue camera car from Cars 3. But yeah, here's Bertha's artwork. Now, we did get this revealed to us long time ago in 2006, I believe, when the Cars Blu-ray was originally released from the Cars Finder video game they included with the Blu-ray, and that's how we found out lots of cool information about Bertha. They made a nice description about her, which I'll tell you guys about later. But yeah, it's just great to see her. I mean, it just almost looks like someone just like photoshopped this. It just doesn't feel real. Like seeing Bertha carded like this on the Red Riders packaging. It's just absolutely wild. I don't know what the heck I just hit. I think some plastic pieces over to the side. My arm just hit it. I'm just so excited to open up Bertha. I mean, look at that expression. I can't wait to get into this one. On the back, though, we have some other great cars as seen in Cars. We have Damage the King. Absolutely amazing. Another one I didn't think they'd ever re-release, but luckily he didn't get canceled in, well, when did he get released? 2009, I think, the year before. So yeah, he was okay. He got released, and then he got a re-release in 2022. Same with Charlie Checker. He was back. Murray Clutchburn, pretty cool. Kathy Copter. We got good old, heck is his name? I don't know. Dexter Hoover with checkered flag. We have Lightning McQueen with his rusty sign. And what the heck? I am doing this all the time now. I'm just so excited about Bertha. I'm forgetting other cars' names. What is his name? I have it somewhere. I have him packaged on the wall somewhere. I can't remember. I don't know. I can't remember. I'll get back to you on that, I guess. But anyways, yeah. Bertha Butterswagon. Finally time to bust her open right now. Brad Windmiller. Boom. I can't believe it took me that long to remember such a simple car's name. But whatever. Shifting the focus back to Miss Bertha Butterswagon here. That's what you all came for. She looks stunning. She's so small and she has like no decals, but you know what? It doesn't even matter because she's so cool and packed with all kinds of lore, which just makes her even better than she already would be, even if she had gotten released in 2010. Because even then, I think she still would have been an amazing car, but being canceled definitely, I think, helped her out with that. I think the likability factor, because if not, she is just a very small green car. But the face that she makes is just absolutely beautifully translated onto diecast right here. I mean, it is straight out of the movie. This expression, I don't think Mattel has ever done any car's expression quite this movie accurate before. Like, they really did do a great job. She's looking at Mack just like she does in the first Cars movie when she is just completely weirded out by everything he's doing because, of course, she's driving alongside him down the interstate through an old farm field. And he is just making all kinds of weird faces into his reflection because, of course, he had a big tanker truck in front of him. And Bertha, like, she got to keep her eyes on the road. But she just couldn't help but look at this strange truck here. I mean, I would look too. I, couldn't help it because, I mean, well, what in the world? It just isn't a good image from a queen either, having a very strange truck like Mack hauling you around, you know what I mean? But Mack, he has a good heart. I love Mack. Love him to death. He's an amazing character. But Bertha, she's pretty amazing too. She looks really, really great as a diecast here. And I mean, I just can't believe it took Mattel 12 years to do her as a diecast. But, better late than never. I guess that applies. Now, she's a Remy Runabout Mem. That is the model that she is. And apparently it actually has some significance, which is kind of strange. Usually makes the models of these Pixar Cars characters don't have much significance. They just kind of name them on a whim, I assume at least. But it's actually named off of the procedural modeling environment that Bill Reeves developed with Evan Otsby for Pixar, which is what I read online when I was looking up info about Bertha. Now, I do know Bill Reeves. He's a famous Pixar director. I really don't know who Evan Otsby is, but I assume he's also a Pixar director. Now, yeah, look at that expression. It's just absolutely perfect. She does have a plastic eye plate, and I wouldn't say the green on the eyelids matches all that great with the green on the rest of her body, but it's not horrible. She does have a nice black outline around her windshield, which is cool. Bright blue eyes. She's looking straight off to the side. Really, really cool. Her mouth is not very deep. It's just a nice little red painted mouth, which looks good. That red obviously signifies her tongue. And then, yeah, I mean, there's not really much to talk about. She's a very, very small car, but again, there's a lot to talk about with her lore, so I'll get to more of that later, but just want to show off everything there is to see. Her license plate reads ML115, and it looks like she has like a France license plate. Like the colors looks like the French flag, got the red, white, and blue, or the Russia flag, either one, but I think the way they're put, actually no, I don't think either one. I think they're both like vertical. Is your horizontal? I don't know. I don't remember. I should really know my flags better than that. Maybe it's not just the colors, or maybe it's meant to look like a state. I don't know which one though. Probably Alabama or something. It's gotta be some kind of like country state because obviously Bertha presumably lives in the country. But then again, she was on the interstate, so maybe she was just passing through. I don't know where Bertha was going, but I do know a little bit about her backstory. She's actually a license plate maker. She makes custom license plates. It all started when she made a homemade license plate frame, actually. Did I not say? Yeah, it's a license plate frame, not a license plate. But she makes license plate frames, all custom, all handmade. She has her own little business. But it all started when she made one for her sister just as a gift. And then it just kind of started up a new business endeavor for Bertha, and that's what she does now. So maybe she was looking at Mack so oddly like this because she's like so confused at how he doesn't even have a nice license plate frame, and he's hauling around the best race car in the world, the fastest race car in the world too, might I add. I don't know. Maybe that's why, but she could probably couldn't even really see his license plate because it's hidden by his trailer, of course. I guess he does have one on the back of his trailer. Speaking of Mack, I know this isn't really the right Mack. This is the Cars 3 one, but I don't know how after like how many years of collecting? 15? Is it now? Yeah, it is 15 years. How I don't have a regular Cars 1 Mack. I mean, it's beyond me. I don't know how I don't, but it's true. I really don't have one. Anyways, yeah, the only other car that really shares this model is Polly Puddle Jumper, who was released earlier in 2010. So I really can't compare it or anything, but I do like the little headlights that she has, tiny little grille, see the outline for her hood, little bit of like embossment there, a little bit of kind of nice design, which is cool, but not a lot else. Like she's very bulgy, but there's not really a ton going on. She has the nice little taillights in the back, little exhaust sticking out. Let's read the date stamp. It's R26A, so that means she was made on the 26th week of 2021. And then made in Thailand, of course. The old Chinese prototype that did leak out. There's quite a few that leaked out. Mr. Dockett has his hands on one or two, I think. But it's not really that much different. Obviously, it would be made in China, but there's not a ton of differences other than that. It's actually pretty similar to this one. I feel like the emerald green color does look pretty much the exact same. But, I mean, yeah, what would be a difference? I guess just the eyes. Yeah, they wouldn't have been plastic before. They would have been metal connected to the rest of her body, but I don't know. I'm sure the rims would have looked a little different. She has very basic rims, but I'm sure the license plate probably would have been a little clearer too. Probably would have been easier to read. We can't read the state on top. I don't even know if they put one. I couldn't really see, but I couldn't really make out one. I couldn't read it when I was looking. But yeah, I'm sure that the Chinese one wouldn't have really been any better than this Thailand one. One of the few cars where that's probably true, because I think Thailand actually did a great job with this release. They really did. And I know this is an extremely short review, but I don't know. I've never done a review this short before, so yeah, I think I'm just going to end it. I don't have too much else to say about Bertha. She's not really like named off of anybody, to my knowledge at least. I looked it up, but yeah, I'm not really sure what else to talk about with Bertha. She's a very small car. I don't have Polly Puddle Jumper, so I can't compare her to him or her. I'm not really sure, actually, to be honest. I did put Leroy Traffic back here just because, you know, he's a fellow interstate driver. But yeah, anyways, I think that's going to have to do it for today. I absolutely love Bertha Butterswagon. Mattel knocked it out of the park with her. And, of course, thank you guys as always for watching. Hope that you did enjoy this shorter review. And I'll see you next time right here on the Cars Garage.